Hi, this is going to be an update video. It's been a while. I haven't done any updates in January. Some of you missed it. But I didn't really have any idea what I should share about, like what's next, so I waited until now. But don't worry for me, worry about me, I'm doing great. Yeah, so this is going to be a video about heaven and earth and what's up with me and what's gonna come next. So if you want to listen to some teachings or revelations, check out my other videos because it's not gonna be about that. I have a Spotify channel that is the best news. And I also wash my hair. This is a good news as well. But I have a Spotify channel in Hungarian at this point. Someone is doing it for me, which is awesome because I don't have any time left to do that. The main thing that is going on is the book I'm writing. Like there is a book about the Daily Jesus captions, but I got a fiction story from God, and I really love writing it. Like I'm working on it like 10 hours a day these days. So I wake up, I do that, and I go to sleep at night. So this is what is going on. So I rarely meet people, and even if I force myself to meet people, I feel like I'm in that book. Like I can't zone out. And it's good because I really enjoy it. So yeah, this is book writing season for me. And it is gonna be full of conversations with God, but it's gonna be a fictional story. It's not gonna be my life and my story. It's gonna be about someone who went through religious trauma, and I really love writing it. The conversations with God are gonna be real, and most of the pains and lies the protagonist goes through are the kind of setbacks that I experienced and the kind of things that I got healed from. So partially it is mine, but the life story and the circumstances and the family it is a fictional one. So I really wanted to write a new book, like publish new conversations of mine with God, and I was like, how should I study it? And it really felt like you should write in a fictional form, and I was like, okay, but I don't want to write a lame story just to make it fictional. And I said, oh, okay, if you give me a good story, then I'm gonna write it. And immediately I got a whole storyline. So yeah, it's good. And I really feel like it's gonna impact a lot of people. I don't know. I'm not that much of a confident person. Like, oh, I'm doing the best thing in the world. I'm the best in whatever. I don't have that kind of mentality. So it must be from God that I have this picture coming to my mind over and over again that it's gonna impact a lot of people. And so many people are traumatized by religions, Christianity or sects or whatever will find their way back home to the Father, and they will see that they don't have to believe certain things or take on certain burdens in order to have a relationship with God. Like, relationship with God does not have a price tag on. You can connect with God even if you don't believe whatever about God, and even if you won't be a Christian ever in your life. And some people might be upset about that in my book, so I'm a bit excited about that aspect, that it won't be that much of a Christian book. It's gonna be full of Jesus, it's gonna be full of the Trinity, but it won't have the typical Christian language, and it won't force the typical Christian beliefs on the reader. It will give as much space as possible to believe whatever you want about God and connect with God in that circumstance. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. I have made the first manuscript for Christmas. I gave it to my little sister as a Christmas gift. She's a writer too. She's more like a writer than I am. I'm just an amateur. She goes to the Academy for Writing in Hungary, so she's very much into writing. It's just a hobby for me. And it's just like it's less than half of the project, like the first manuscript. So now is the time to expand the conversations, expand the descriptions in the book. So there is a lot of correction going on. So it's a long way to go. I can't promise you anything. Maybe by the summer it will be published. I don't know. I don't want to hurt myself, because I'm doing everything about that book. So it's not like a publishing company does everything with 10 or 12 professionals. It's little me doing most of the things about my book. I got some help for certain things, but mainly I do it by myself. And it takes a long time, but I love it. So, and maybe after it is published in Hungarian, I'm gonna make a translation and publish it online, maybe on Amazon or somewhere. But it definitely won't happen by summer. Yeah, what I really need at this time, people who read this book and criticize it and have their own insights. And I also want some psychologists to work on it, because the traumatizing part is very much traumatizing, and I went through a lot of burnout and mental health issues like depression and anxiety and all of that. And I counsel a lot of people who have those kind of things, but I still want to make it professionally accurate when it comes to mental breakdown in the story and all of that. Like, I want to consult with someone who knows what is the policy in the case of like suicidal attempt and all of that. So I'm looking for a psychiatrist who can answer me questions about religious trauma. Yeah, but I think it's amazing if it happens in Hungarian. So I'm just sharing all of the tasks I have at hand. But if you have someone who is ready to like give me an hour to talk through those parts of the book, I would be so happy about it. If you have any ideas about anything I'm sharing, you can write me a letter. All the contact details are in the description below. Yeah, I will need, after the first rounds of correction of the book, some pre-readers who are not like looking for grammar mistakes, but rather who can discern anything suspicious, like, oh, this is not logical, the storyline doesn't come across, this kind of things. Because after a while, I can't differentiate between the story that I've written and the story that is in my head. So it's all one mess, because I have seen the text so many times. I will need a larger storage place because I'm gonna print the double of the previous book. So yeah, I will need some extra space somewhere in or around Budapest. I'm gonna share some captions from the book sooner or later. I think pre-order is not for today, so if it is coming close, I'm gonna share it with you. So yeah, I'm excited about this book. I have this conviction that this is important. Like, if it is important because I enjoy writing it, but I feel like it is important for for heaven's sake. It's important from the heavens perspective. I think there are so many people who like got so traumatized by Christianity or some other religion that they left that traumatizing scene with their relationship with God. Like, all the burdens left behind, relationship with God included. And I think there are so many people who have never been part of Christianity, but they are like so disgusted by it, many times for a reason, that they don't want to do anything with it, and they still like want God and they want relationship, but they think it comes with a package of burdens, it comes with a package of beliefs. And I want to just make it clear in that book, like, you can believe whatever, you can believe very stupid things if you want, and still enjoy a connection with God, a rather union with God. But yeah, I want to like make this presence of God so obviously available in that book. Like, it is available for everyone, but many times we need help to realize that it is available. And that's what this book is gonna do, I think. So I'm very excited about it. I know, I'm sorry, I've said it like for the 11th time in this video, but I really am. So please pray for me so that I can write it and write it well. I'm not a professional, so I need help. The other thing I really want to solve is that I need a good cell phone. It's good what I have now, but I need some... I need something new because the picture gets like blurry when I don't have all the lights on. Like I need to like blind my eyes with lights so that the quality of the picture is good. And I realized that it's not like that with all cell phones, so I really need one that doesn't do that. Like that sandy, grainy picture when I don't have all the lights on. And it's quite uncomfortable, like when I speak for hours and like everything is blinding my eyes. It's sometimes I have to stop shooting because I can't bear more lights anymore. So I don't want to buy a very expensive gadget. I don't want to like protect it. I want to use it for everyday things, but I also want something that has a large storage place for a lot of videos, obviously, and that has this ability to shoot good, high quality pictures with like average light. Yeah, so if you have any good like recommendations what I should buy, you can send me a link in an email. I'd love to know about it. It takes a lot of time. I'm a girl, I'm not into gadgets, so it takes a lot of time for me to like oversee all the features and the things. And if you have some good recommendations, then I would spare like a couple of hours looking for those things and checking it out and understanding the differences. So yeah. So I'd love to receive your recommendations about it, especially if you do vlogging and you have this right solution. Please share it with me. The other thing that I need to buy very soon is a microphone. I have this so-called microport, and I really love it, but sometimes my voice is not strong enough, and I don't want to do editing for making the volume higher. I just want the microphone to record it like strong and loud. But I also don't want to buy this podcast microphone that is so sensitive to all sounds that all the buses and bugs flying can be heard on the recording. So I don't want to buy a microphone that records all the little noises around me. I just want a gadget that records what I'm doing with my mouth and doesn't record everything around me, but also makes my voice sound strong. That's it. I don't have a strong voice, so I need to do something about it. And I want to do it with my microphone and not with editing. So that's it. All the recommendations are welcome. The other thing is that I haven't spoken anything about my previous year. The main reason is that it was quite a challenging year. I haven't done anything like very spectacular. I haven't published books or anything. I didn't have like an art show, but there were a lot of changes in my life, and I had to face a lot of issues within me and around me, many impossible situations. So all I can say that God was faithful and it was alright, but I'm really looking forward to this year, and I have so many like impulses from God, like, oh, something great is gonna happen this year. And yeah, the last year was great as well. but it was quite challenging. And good news is that even though I wasn't doing that many like very spectacular things, financially I was just fine, like more than fine. And I'm so thankful for God to make it happen. Like doing a ministry on your own, like with no rich relatives, no company owning friend, like no like organization behind your back, is quite an impossible thing to do in Hungary, and somehow it works. And I'm always like surprised, like it really does work. And sometimes very supernaturally. I have a video about kingdom finances. Like there was a time when I had a spot in my bag where I could always find money, even if I spend it. It was supernatural. So sometimes this provision is very supernatural, but many times it's just like people realizing like, oh, there's something God about what this girl is doing, and they give me money. Like that's it. And it's so interesting because mostly those people who give me money don't know me. We have never met. Like my friends and ministry friends and the people around me, mostly they don't feel led to support me that much financially. In a lot of other ways they do. And people who know nothing about me feel like supporting me. And it's, of course, it's very unpredictable, and I don't have like a safe, like I don't have like a base for that. Like people who always give me, I have nothing like that. It does help me if someone like gives me a monthly in a monthly basis, and I'm really grateful for it because it gives a little sense of safety. But of course, this is not my sense of safety. But it does feel good when someone is just like committed every month. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really thankful for all the donations you have decided to give me. I'm really thankful for people who feel led by God to give to my little ministry. There's something important I need to share. If you transfer me money, please make it clear whether it's a payment for something or it's just a donation, because I need to separate those two for accounting. And don't write for books if you don't pay for books. If you just want other books to like be supported and you just give donations for like support future book projects, don't write books, because it looks like you're paying for something, but I know it's not a payment, but it's hard to like make it clear. So you spare me a lot of unnecessary rounds if you just write the order number of your order into the transfer if you pay for something, and if it's a donation, please make it clear: donation, gift, whatever, in the details of the transfer. Thank you very much. It helps me a lot. And also, if you feel like giving me a large amount of money, please contact with me before, because you can't really do anonymously. Sometimes people feel like it's so romantic to give anonymously, but I will see your name on the transfer. But it's so much better, it feels so much better, and it feels so much safer if I get to know your intentions before like if you write me like a 2-line email, like, oh, I really feel like give this amount for that. And it makes it clear for accounting as well, like, oh, this large sum is donation, it's not a payment for something. Yep. So it helps me if you write me a short email before a large or donation. Yeah. So thank you very much for all your support. I'm looking forward to your recommendations and advices on my email, and all the transfer details are also in the description. Thank you for your support. And you can also send me your testimonies. I always forgot it. So if you have any kind of testimony about my videos or books or anything largely related to experiencing God, I'd love to read it. Please make it like compact, like don't write about the first day of your life to this day, because I can't read that long emails. But I am also very interested in the ways God is impacting people through my stuff. So it's not like, no, it's not taken for granted for me. Like it always surprises me. Like God really changes lives. So, and I will share some of those testimonies. I have a couple of them, how people experience God way easier or way closer or way more intimate, because some of the lies get shattered by one of the videos. So it's so good to hear about those. So if you send me some more, I really love to share those in videos later. You are loved. Have an amazing year. Kisses.